How powerful are Facebook ads? I get asked this question quite a lot. It's typically by beginners who are new to the industry. They've read a random blog online saying that Facebook ads aren't that powerful and that they don't really work, and all other sorts of myths. So in this video, I want to prove to you with some examples showing you some real case studies just how powerful Facebook ads truly are. And what better way to do that by showing you some real case studies. So we can actually head over to facebook.com/business/success, and Facebook will actually show you tons and tons of success stories all using Facebook ads. Now the great thing about this page is that you can actually break it down by specific business size. For example, you can go for an agency case study, a large enterprise, a small or medium-sized enterprise. You can also break it down by objective as well. So what was the main goal of that campaign? Was it to generate more brand awareness? Was it to install more apps, more website clicks, store traffic, and so on and so on? You can break this down at even a further level as well by industry. You can even go for product, and you can also go for region as well. So I highly recommend that you go over to facebook.com/business/success and have a look at any business in your specific industry and really learn exactly what they done with Facebook ads to generate some awesome results. So what I've done is I've picked out 3 case studies, and what I'm going to do in this video is walk you through each of them step by step, analyze them and break them down. So there's 3 companies we're going to be looking at in total. The first is a local business, which is actually a motor dealership here in the United Kingdom. The second is a business which has an app. So the main focus of this campaign is to focus on generating more app installations. And the third business, which we're going to look at, is actually a solopreneur. So someone who runs an online consulting business. So all businesses operate in different industries and vary in size as well. So hopefully this should give you a really good idea on exactly how you can use Facebook ads to generate more success for your business, whether that's more website traffic, sales, and so on. So what we're going to do is look at each of these one by one. We're going to look at the campaign objectives, the targeting, and most importantly, the results that they managed to generate. So let's get straight into it, and we'll start off with the first success story, which is by this company right here, Leeway Motor Company. So Leeway Motor Company is actually a car dealership here based in the United Kingdom. So before we can figure out exactly how well the campaign went, what we need to do first is establish what the company's goal was. So as you can see, it says Leeway Motor Company wanted to drive quality traffic to its website and encourage people to make an online inquiry or call the business to discuss the next car purchase. So the whole campaign was based on generating more quality website traffic to generate more online inquiries, which of course will be from people who are interested in buying one of the cars. So we can actually scroll down and look at the ads that they actually ran to get a good indication of exactly what ads they were showing to users. And as you can see, it says Leeway Motor Company, quality used cars at affordable prices, ask about our incredible finance offers. Read our reviews on Auto Trader, which is a car platform here in the United Kingdom. Then you've got finance available, contact us, 5-star customer reviews. So this is actually a really good ad. The image they are using is completely relevant to what the business does, which of course is selling cars. So the image they've used is highly relevant and is a really good example. So let's go ahead and analyze the copy they've used for the ad, which is quality used cars at affordable prices, ask about our incredible finance offers. So this is also really good copy as they use the word quality, where quality signifies that they have really high quality cars and not those cheap cars that typically break down after a month. So this is a really good use of words in the copy, quality used cars, and typically when you buy a quality car, it's going to be expensive, but they explicitly say that these cars actually come at affordable prices. So if you see this ad and you don't have that much money to spend on a really expensive car, then seeing that these cars are affordable is going to make it more likely for you to actually click on this ad and potentially inquire about the services. And of course, as you're probably already aware, a lot of people don't actually outright buy their cars anymore. What a lot of people actually do is finance or lease the cars, as it makes it a lot more affordable to actually buy the car you want. So what have they done? They've also included that in the copy as well. Ask about our incredible finance offers. So adding this line of text here is going to make the ad resonate with more people and definitely the ones who are running on a budget. So now we've analyzed the ad creative, it's time to look at the targeting and see exactly who did they target with these ads. So if we go over to the left hand side, you can see it says the first step was to reach people who had already made contact with or shown interest in the company and encourage them to make an inquiry. To do this, Leeway Motor Company showed dynamic ads with the lead generation objective to custom audiences of recent website visitors, people who had previously submitted an inquiry, and people who engaged with Facebook page post. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a lead generation objective? And essentially what this is you can actually set up an ad. And when someone clicks on your ad, instead of landing on a landing page, they actually click your ad and a box like this opens. So here we have an ad from Land Rover. This is a lead campaign objective. Once you click get a quote, it's going to open a page like this where you enter in your full name, your email, and then maybe another option at the end. So the main objective of this ad is to get a person's name and the email address, which is what we call a lead. Of course, you can get other items as well, such as a phone number and so on, but the main objective of a lead ad is to get people's information. So now we have that clarified, let's go back and continue reading. So to summarize, Leeway Motor Company, what they did is they targeted people who visited the website and people who engaged with Facebook posts, and the campaign they were running was a lead objective ad. So if we scroll down, we can also get a bit more information about the campaign they run. We can see that they also ran a concurrent campaign to find new prospective customers, focusing on lookalike audiences similar to the retargeted custom audiences. This way, the ads were seen by an even wider, yet highly relevant audience of people who are likely to take action. So this is actually really clever at what they've done. So essentially, in a nutshell, they created an ad to show to everyone who's visited their website and engaged with Facebook posts, as they know these people are already interested in what they have to offer, as they have already been on the website in the first place. Then they uploaded this database into Facebook. Facebook has then analyzed a list of all those potential customers and then created their own lookalike audience, which Facebook are going to show their ads to. So if you're wondering what a lookalike audience actually is, well, in the words of Facebook, a lookalike audience is a way to reach new people who are likely to be interested in your business because they're similar to your best existing customers. So hopefully you can see exactly what Leeway Motor Company did. It was actually really clever, and it worked out really well for them. Now, another thing which they also done in the targeting is that they didn't show their ads to all types of people. So what do I mean by that? So you can see it says the team also used slideshow format in ads that showed to car-based interest audiences, aka segmented by gender and age. So they probably have some data which shows them, hey, younger people are more likely to buy a sports car, and the older population more likely don't really care about how sporty a car looks. They want a car to be more practical. So what they could have done in this example is show the sporty cars to a younger generation, and then show the more practical cars that aren't that sporty to the older generation. And of course, they also broke this down by gender as well. So they might have a lot of data which shows them maybe men like to drive Mercedes and women like to drive Audis. So as a result, they're going to show Audis to women instead of men. So as you can tell, they took their targeting very seriously and got into quite some detail in exactly who the target audience is. If we scroll down to the bottom of the page, we can have a look at the products they use, which is dynamic ads, the slideshow, which we just covered, custom audiences, which of course was reaching people already on their website, and they've done the lookalike audience as well, which is what we've just covered. So how did the campaign do with this amazing creative and having this extensive targeting options? Well, if we scroll to the top, we can have a look at the results. So you can see the campaign led to a 27% higher reach. It had a 31% increase in new website visitors, which is a big increase, and they had a whopping 203 sales inquiries generated by the campaign. Now, I'm not too sure how long the campaign ran for, but for a local business, this is a lot of inquiries. You can also see that they 2x their monthly sales compared to the same period of the previous year. So they basically doubled their sales from running a Facebook ad campaign. So that is it for the first example, and in the second case study, we're going to be analysing this business right here, where the primary focus is to generate more app installations. So a completely different industry, yet they're still using Facebook ads, and they're getting tremendous results. So Linux is actually an app that allows customers to manage multiple bank accounts and budgets from a single interface. So it's kind of an app to do with your finances and managing your money a lot better. So if we scroll down and look at the main goal of the campaign, you can see that the main goal of the campaign is to increase the number of people using the app. So it wasn't just generating more app installations, it was actually making sure that the people downloading the app are actually using the app. So you can see they actually ran a targeted campaign to communicate with new customers and yield a higher return on investment. So if we scroll down and look at the main solution, you can see that they mainly focused on brand awareness, and when it comes to targeting for this campaign, they really focused on lookalike audiences, which of course I just covered not too long ago. So for this campaign, they wasn't really interested in generating more leads. Of course, every campaign has its own objective. And in this campaign, the main objective was to generate more mobile app installations, which of course they wanted high quality mobile app installations from users which actually use the app. So a mobile app installation is actually a really good thing you should use if you have an app which you'd like to promote. So if you go over to Facebook's page and get a bit more information about what actually mobile app installations are, essentially these are ads which link directly to the App Store where you can download the app. So instead of people seeing your ad, clicking on a landing page, and then clicking another link to go to the App Store, this makes conversions way more likely as people actually have less clicks to make. So whether you have your app on the Apple Store, Google Play, or the Kindle Fire Store, you can literally link your app directly to your ad. So this will have a big boost on app installations for sure. So if we go back to this example, you can see that is exactly what they were using, mobile app installations. So instead of using images, they actually use short video ads, which of course are more engaging. The only downside to using a video ad is that of course it's going to require more work your end before you can get the ad live. So we can actually look at the ad they ran right here. It says, and if you could predict your budget and never be found at the end of the month. Of course, bear in mind, this is actually a French company, so this is translated. So it doesn't read perfect English, but I can get the idea of what they're trying to get across. It's all to do with budget and managing your money. The image, it seems like we have a really chilled out lady right here, having a coffee most likely, checking her finances, and she's smiling, so she has nothing to worry about whatsoever. And that is because she's obviously using the app to manage her finances. So again, this is a really good ad, and it's definitely going to resonate. And we can also see that they actually chose to run this ad on Instagram as well, which is really good. And you can see the products they used throughout this campaign was obviously the ads, the video, the Instagram ads, the lookalike audiences, the app installs as a main objective. And obviously the main goal of the campaign was to raise awareness and promote the app. So again, they got the targeting really good, and they had a really good Facebook ad creative. So both these two things are really important. So let's scroll back to the top and see exactly how the campaign performed. So they had a 31% reduction in cost per action. This is in comparison to the marketing activities that they were using before. They had a 40% increase in app installations, which is absolutely massive. So that was a big success for sure. And the even bigger success is that it had 52% of active users generated by Facebook traffic. So yes, it had a 40% increase in app installations, but half of those people who installed the app continued to use the app and were active users. So this is really important and actually makes quite a big difference to a business, as there's no point of people installing your app if they're not going to use the app, as of course you won't really make that much money in the long term. So this was a really good campaign, and as you can see, it come down to really good targeting and having a good Facebook creative. So that is it for the second case study, and it's time to move on to the third and the final case study, which is this woman right here. Her name is Mirka. She is based in the Czech Republic, and her business is all to do with online consulting in the astrology niche. So if we scroll down and look at her goal, this is actually really interesting because her campaign and her business is really niche. So you can see it says Mirka relies on Facebook to find and engage relevant audiences for her personalized forecasts. So what does that mean, her personalized forecast? Well, if you read a little bit about her story, you can see a childhood interest in astrology set the stage for Mirka's eventual profession. A self-taught astrologer, Mirka spent 18 years honing her craft and prepared personalized horoscopes for almost 4,000 people. So her business is based on personalized horoscopes. Now, I'm not sure about you, but that is really niche. Yet she's managed to generate really good results from utilizing Facebook ads. So hopefully this gives you a really good indication of no matter what business you operate in, how small or how niche your offering is, you can definitely still use Facebook ads to generate great results. I mean, I've never heard of personalized horoscopes in my life, but as you can see, she set up a really good campaign. So let's walk through the details of the targeting and actually have a look at her main Facebook creative. So as you can see, for her campaign targeting, she used custom audiences from her website. So this is another example of just how well using custom audiences from your website can be. And she also used lookalike audiences. So you're always going to see these two in tandem, as once you have your audience from your website, it's not that hard to actually find a lookalike audience, which is also going to perform pretty well. So her targeting on the whole was really good and really granular, and she basically targeted people which she knows are going to be interested in her product and her services. So her ad creative, of course, as she's from the Czech Republic, it's not actually in English at the moment, but I'm assuming these are all people that resonate with her business. So she's got a female in this one right here. her reflection, I guess to do with a horoscope, who she is, what she's about. So a really good image here for sure. I assume this is the word horoscope. So it's actually got the words of what her potential customers would search for, which is really good. If we scroll along and look at another ad, you can see she's got another female again. So I'm assuming she has data to say that most of her customers are more likely going to be females, which is why she's using females in all of her ads. And we've got another image right here. Again, very engaging and very capturing. Again, we have another female once again. So hopefully you can get the idea of what I'm trying to get across. She obviously has a lot of data on who her customers are, what they're interested in, and what's going to capture their attention. So the main product she used was paid publishing. She obviously ran ads. She showed her ads in a mobile news feed. She done conversion tracking just to see how many people are actually getting in touch with her. She had custom audiences, which I just covered, lookalike audiences, and the main goal was to drive online sales. So how did this campaign actually perform? Now remember, this is a solopreneur. This isn't a massive business out there with hundreds of staff. This is literally someone who has an online consulting business and wants to utilize Facebook ads. So you can see she actually had up to 30% increase in monthly revenue, which is a massive increase for sure, especially just for one person. She had a 70% average return on ad investment. So essentially for every £1 or $1 she spent, she got 70% of that back, which is absolutely amazing. And she also had a 3 times increase in return on ad investment. So what that basically means is that for every £1 or $1 she spent on ads, she generated $3 back in return. I mean, how about that? If you can have a blueprint where every time you put in £1, you get £3 back out, that is literally a blueprint which any business would like to have. And you can literally keep throwing money at that and you know you're going to get all your money back because you have a 3x return on investment. So hopefully these 3 examples gave you a really good idea of just how powerful Facebook ads can be for literally any business out there, no matter how niche your business is, even if it's selling personalized horoscopes, for example. So hopefully you found this useful and it really gives you some inspiration to really take Facebook ads seriously and take it to the next level and start pushing your business in the right direction. I truly mean it when I say Facebook ads have the potential to transform any business out there. So that brings this video to an end and I'll see you in the next one.